What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another live Thursday from the garage. Oh, thanks, Shane. Getting the shout-outs out right away. What up, Mike? Hey, David. And Michael. Kamar. The other David. Shane, Sean. Just look at people rolling in here. I love it. Wendell, good to see you again. ZL1 Chris, you will do it and you will like it. Hey, Andrew, what's going on, my man? What's going on, everybody? How's everybody's week been? I'll be honest with you. Back is bothering me. I actually took the afternoon off from work so I could just kind of lay down and try and recover. Hey, Brad. Yeah, cold. It snowed Tuesday. It's been raining like every day since. It's supposed to stop tomorrow. David, have I done more modular stuff? Nah, not really. Not since I got rid of the Shelby. I'll be honest with you. The modular stuff isn't that bad. It's MAF or VE. If it's MAF, it's easy. If it's VE, it's a pain because of all the cams. But you just have to do a lot of filtering, build out the tables so you're looking at the right tables whenever you're dialing the cam in. Tune the GTO now. Sweet. Mid-80s back in Oklahoma. But it's probably windy, wasn't it, Chris? Dude, well, I've got bad back stuff, Andrew. Like, my lower back is just wrecked. I'm just trying to put off having to probably jack it up more with surgery. But today it was mid-back. Almost like it was kidneys. I don't know. Maybe I didn't drink enough water the last couple of days. So I've been hammering that water down. But laying down all right. Oh, you're the Chris from Florida. See, I got too many Chris's. I try to keep everybody straight. Kamar got some snow also. ICT's doing a modular 4.6 brake bleeding on 300,000 miles F-150. Pure luxury work truck. Okay, let's get to it, Michael says. That's what I'm saying. If I'm tuning for speed density without wideband, no. Do I turn off the O2 sensors? No. And just be aware that without a wideband, you can't tune power enrichment, man. You got to get a wideband, Michael. Like, spend the $200. You don't have to have a bung welded in. You can take out one of the factory front bungs and put it in there while you're tuning. Spend the $200, do it properly. David's working on the vet, waiting on the injector adapters. I'm anxious to get that sorted out. Yeah, I understand, man, but like, if you've done any modifications, like, I would rather spend the $200 now than the hundreds that come after the motor shells itself out because it ran lean and detonated and butted a piston ring or something, you know? Like, it's cheap insurance. Cheap insurance. Need to clean my garage to get the cruise in for a service and brake and aircon clutch replacement. I got more wiring to do, which is not a good sign for my back because that means I'll be bent over a fender. I shot video for doing the first stage of the core wiring and like the first half of the video got corrupted. I was trying to edit it, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday. And it was like, But that's alright. I'll get more. And the 8-speed came in. I'm still waiting on the front adapter. The bell housing adapter. I've got the transmission mount. Man, I mean, wiring does suck. It's funny because some people like wiring. Some people hate wiring, but they like doing it well. I'm in the... Oh, David, I've done wiring on a full roll cage. Anything with a full roll cage is the absolute worst. And I'll tell you, my favorite was I bought the stupid drive-by cable, the throttle cable BS from Motion Raceworks, which is the absolute worst. It's the second worst design, I'll say, that they've put out. The first worst design is their operator shifter. Don't buy that piece of junk. It's terrible. The second one is their throttle cable, which has adjustment on the pedal instead of the throttle body or the carburetor. And if you got a cage, man, getting in and doing anything on the pedals is just the worst. To the point where I almost cut the door bars out and installed my swing out kit. I have swing outs for my door bars. I just never got around to doing them because we were in a hurry for Rocky Mountain Race Week. Kamar said it has some funky crap with the LS9 map injector not reading at all. Dropped in a GM2 bar that works right. Go and drive it a bit on the weekend, see how it acts. Hey, Kamar, what did you use for your barometric pressure sensor? Question for you, something I've been kicking around. Well, David, like, I did PLC cabinets for a long time, so, you know, and I'm in automation. It's not that it's an issue, it's just that I don't like doing it. So I start out with good intentions and everything looks really good. The last 10%, I'm just like jamming wires in and splicing stuff together. I'm just like, get it running. I don't care anymore. Don't have one installed. Well, and that's the thing is I'm looking at it and I didn't feel like it was critical. I ordered a 30 PSI because it was really weird. I would have thought if anything on the pre-terminated harness that they would have used a map sensor connector and just throw a 1 bar in there. So I bought like one of those $15 30 PSI 3-pin, you know, because it uses the offset 3 pins. So I'm going to set that up on mine. Oh yeah, I bet, David. I bet. Well, and that's the nice thing. The Camaro, I've got the door bars completely out right now. I've got the rear crossbar and the door bars on it are removable. It's only a roll cage. It's not a full cage. So when you go to race cam on a Holley Sniper, that's a great question, Bob. So seems better with the race cam setting. That's interesting. So I normally go for the middle one, street strip or whatever it's called, and see how well it fires up off of that one, but play around with it. So, and for the people that don't know, a lot of the Holley setups have 3 cam selections, basically like stock or BS, you know, very mild cam, then they have street strip, then they have race for doing whenever you're doing the wizard. One of the 3 will usually not work. The other 2 will generally work. So if it works on race cam, I would try the middle setting, see which one does better on it, and just go which one it does better on. Change C6 to straight headers, dumped off the X-pipe. Need to do some more tuning. Going to start map tuning in the morning. Should I go ahead and add 10% to my idle areas VVE before starting? 10% is going to put you probably rich, but honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea, Sean, just to do 10% across the whole VVE table, because you're going to be picking up more airflow up top than down low. So you might gain 1 or 2% down in the idle areas, but once you get up towards peak power, that's where you're really going to be making it, and you're going to need the extra fuel up there. Working on 15 Denali. 6.2 stage 1 BTR cam. Shouldn't be too crazy then. First time doing a Gen 5 tune. I'm getting cat efficiency codes. Any tips? Recheck tune, not to make sure I don't have it all jacked up. Brunel. Still running the cats, I take it. Or you would have those codes turned off. Probably getting, if you've got the cat heating stuff disabled in the tune for tuning, which you really should because it skews your fueling quite a bit. I don't know if it's reflected in the commanded or not. If it's reflected in the commanded, it shouldn't be an issue. But most likely, I just ignore them until you get it dialed in. It's just one of those codes, or turn them off. you know. I got a warning from Richard Holder. I exceeded my bracket. I need to email him and get him on the show again. I haven't talked to Richard. Hell, it's probably been a couple years. Yeah, getting in's all right whenever you can fall in. It's it's crawling out, especially on like the 96, whatever you're talking about. Anything C4, well, hell for that matter, C3, C4, C5, anything from C3 on, man. You almost just have to roll out. Hey, Ty. If attempting to lower boost by improving efficiency if going from 178, how much boost reduction? Oh, on the headers. From stock to 178 primary headers, how much boost reduction? Well, here's the thing, Chris. You're either going to see, and it might not be a whole lot, might be a PSI or so, might be nothing at all. And if it's nothing at all, you then know that your heads are your restriction. Oh, you're going 2-inch from 178. Are you on stock heads still? Hey, Tim. That's going to be the big question. Because you're probably not going to pick up a whole heck of a lot on stock heads. So, whenever it comes to about anything, port matched LSA heads. Okay, well, they should flow a little better. Are you gonna grind them out to the new headers? Go over to the new gasket, for the 2-inch collectors and open up the ports a little bit more for those. So whenever it comes to stuff like this, first thing is a cam. You swap the cam out, then you're going to exceed the flow ability of the heads. So the next logical thing is the heads. His is a little bit different. Hey, Jeff. His is a little bit different because he's boosted. And so we're a little less concerned about that. But ideally, we can lower boost on those kind of setups. Right? Lower boost on those setups and generate the same, if not more power. That's where it gets really awesome. Yes, kept cast pre-emissions. Oh, PA emissions. Yep. Brunel, legally, I can't tell you that if you turn the codes off, the monitors will work. But as I said, most likely whenever you're done with the tuning process, those will clear up. So, the monitors are a direct response to the codes. So if the codes do not show up, the monitors go ready. I think I can say that legally because I'm not telling you to turn off codes. For a turbo street car, what inputs, outputs do you feel are most important for the Holley HP? That's a great question, Tim. Let me think about this for a split second. Fuel pressure. Fuel pressure is probably going to be number one. You want to make sure that you're maintaining consistent fuel pressure throughout the boost curve. Obviously, the standard ones. Outside of the standard ones, that's where you're going to be at. Outside of that, man, it really isn't that critical on the rest. I don't think the Holley HP has built-in support for NOx sensors. I would have to go back and look. I don't have them on the big block. They might support it. I may have not just set it up because it's in a big block. Who cares? The thing's noisy. It would set them off all the time. But you've already got a wideband, and you can set up stuff around the wideband for safeties and stuff. And on the boost, it's more about setting up the safeties to make sure that you don't get into situations that could be detrimental, Tim, if that makes sense. So make sure that you have cuts for if you're running too lean, if you get boost spikes, stuff like that is what I'd focus on. What'd I miss? I missed something. I have a problem to tune my swap car in Dubai. Nissan Y61 2003 body with a 6-liter. Should I use map or SD 2003, Gen 6. So that's is that Gen 4. That's right on the cusp. Gen 4 should be early Gen 4, maybe Gen 3 still. Let me ask you this, Mr. A. Does your mass airflow sensor, is it the card style or is it the honeycomb style? If it's honeycomb, I ditch it and go ST only. If it's card style, I would go ahead and try and keep it in there. At least for the higher RPM stuff, you're going to be happier. You're going to get better fueling off that. Boop, boop. Had that stalling issue come down to idle. Raise the idle airflow around the temps that would stall it, and it's far better. Yep. Love idle airflow, man. Love that idle airflow. Thank you, Monster Head's already fully built. Yeah. I mean, that's probably going to be your next big thing, Chris, for power on that kind of setup. It's all about flow at that point in time. Oh, I got a good question about the monitors. Why would I never get green for evap? Honestly, Mike, without going in and looking at the documentation for that specific ECU to see what is required to get the green on the evap, it's hard to tell, man. You know, you can pay whatever it is for the 3-day access to TechConnect's library, and it will have the specific DTC checks for every monitor that have to be ready and okay, you know, not narrowed or not pending or anything, to get okays on your monitors, and even to the point where they will list the specific drive cycle for each monitor to try and get those monitors cleared. So, so if you need it, that's your best bet. Of course, says, I have an 04 GTO with cam headers without cats, commanded lambda to be 1, and it'll go 1.09 for a bit, and then goes to 09, then back to 1 like it's running a cat monitor or something. Corey, what are you doing whenever it's doing that? There's so many things. I have a fuel pressure sensor and rail. What's the best way to bring that in HP tuners? ProLink, and you should be able, because the output on that, it'll be a 3-pin. You'll have power, ground, and output. The output will be a 0 to 5 volt. You can bring that straight into one of the analogs. You'll just have to figure out the scaling for it, Jeff. If you know, a lot of them might tell you what the 0 point is, which is going to be around 1 in most cases, and then you know, you might be at like 4.5. If it's 100 psi, it might be at 4.5 volts is 100 psi, and then you can figure out kind of what that is. Set the math up in HP tuners. I'll try and figure out a way of doing a video on that, because I think that'd be a great topic. Hey, Arkansas Matt. P&W, man, I get it. Yeah, the dyno session, it was worth missing. Hey, the good thing is you can still go back and watch. And honestly, since it was our first show together, me and Matt didn't do a lot of questions from the chat. We just kind of chatted to each other. Kind of feel like things, you know, fill things out. There will be more. We had a blast. We've already talked about doing some other stuff. So... why am I not man enough just to buy the parts and setup that I actually... Bro, Tim, you don't... listen, I was texting my buddy Justin earlier, and I was like, I need like $8,000 just for carbon fiber parts for the Camaro, because I want carbon fiber all over it for some reason. I'm not even a big carbon fiber guy, but man, I keep seeing these... oh, what the hell do they call them? What's the guys that drive around on the curvy courses instead of drag racing, you know, in the old cars? I'm drawing a blank. My brain's not working. Dude, vacuum mold would be awesome, but it's just so much. Yeah, but what do they call whenever it's old cars doing autocross, Schmidhead? What do they call that modification route that they take on those? No, God, no, not drifting. I could never drift. It looks fun. It's not Not even vintage autocross, not Le Mans. You guys are overthinking it. What is the term for a car that's set up for that? Like you're not doing a resto mod. You're doing a not classic. I'll think of it. It'll come to me. I'm missing questions. Thinks we use here swap cars from GM engine, Nissan patrol bodies without O2 sensor, only PCM and engine pin, nothing else. Think SD. Yeah, SD's fine, especially if it is Gen 3 because the SD's so easy on Gen 3, Mr. A. It will do it with steady throttle. I can drive the same route, and it will move commanded lambda at the same location. So it's a load difference, Corey. You probably got a hole in your VE table. So if it's doing it in the same location as steady throttle, that same location is changing the load to an area, and that's going to be VE based. No, God, you guys, you're driving me insane. What, Pro Touring? Is that what they call it? Pro Touring. Okay, Pro Touring. Pro Touring. I see all these Pro Touring cars, and I'm just like, oh man, that looks so good. You guys crack me up, though. Let me see if I got any memberships to give away here. Membership gifting. If you have not already set it up, you got to go on YouTube's website. I don't think you can do it through the phone app. There's an option with your account to opt in to get free memberships. I suggest you do it, not just for my show, but if you watch anything else, anybody else's live show, free memberships go out all the time. I don't know, is anybody into card breaks? Anybody watch Striker Breaks? Like, I've gotten free memberships to his channel multiple times, so... Let's do this. Doop, 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 doop. And good luck. Let's see here. Any idea why my truck will idle at negative 28 short term for about 5 minutes and then to go into open loop fault? Marcus, give me more details about what you're doing. Pro Touring's going to launch its snack shack. Change the VE table. It's all flat ground. Be using the same couple of boxes and scanner the whole time. That's a very interesting one. I don't know, Corey. I'd have to see logs, see what was going on there. Sticker breaks. Striker breaks. You watch Striker, CO1, Chris? Ah, Shane, finally. Shane, Brad, I'm glad to see Brad got one. He's always in here. Congratulations to the guys that show up here. Yeah, I like Striker. He's my favorite guy to watch braking. What'd I miss? So it's your day job in the automotive. No, I'm in process automation. So industrial automation. I'm in the oil and natural gas industry. That's the only thing, Matt, that keeps me from going full-time is because I'm in a very lucrative day job. Like, this is a losing proposition. This is a losing... YouTube is a huge money sink. Like, I don't think you guys realize. And the only thing that works out is at the end of the year, I can deduct so much on my taxes. There we go. INC Tech, oil and gas snubbing hand, man. Woo! Marcus is doing the real work. Oh, it really is. There's no payoff on YouTube. Well, I don't want, it's like, I don't like working on cars that much, man. I like tuning cars. I work on cars as an excuse to tune cars. And so that's like why I spent too much money on this Camaro, and then I ended up spending I almost cursed for one of the first times on the channel, a ton more. Because I'm an idiot. I'm like, oh man, I can buy this really nice Camaro for this much, but here's one that's already got an LS3 in it, but oh my God, they're asking $25,000 more. And so I buy one, put an LS3 in it, and by the time it's all done, I've spent that $25,000. Work on cars to get away from trucks and to get away from cars. It adds up. It nickels and dimes you to death. So, thanks, Chris. I appreciate everybody that's in here. Listen, I don't do this live stream for me. I do it specifically for you guys. And this is probably the most enjoyable thing that I do on the channel. I just like jumping on here and chatting with you guys and seeing what's going on and answering some questions and stuff like that. So I got a couple topics I want to touch on. Well, you're right, Schmidt. Anytime you turn a hobby into a full-time job, fun goes away. And on that's why I don't do nearly as much content. Yes, Brad. Nearly as much content as I used to. I've slowed down the pace. The last 2 years, especially last year, we're getting back into it. I'm to the point now where I'm trying to do a couple videos a month, and only on content that I feel is good. Back in the day when you're trying to build up a channel, you'll do content on anything, just add another video. I've got like 600 total videos out. I don't know. I may have chat filtering on or something, Brad, or PNW. I don't care if you swear, but I try to keep it family friendly. Oh, sorry, Marcus. I missed the answer. Tune hasn't changed any. Did Boss 302 manifold change? And that's it. But the Boss 302 manifold is like one of the best flowing manifolds, is it not? For the mod motors, like you're really getting into the stuff I don't know much about as far as Fords. Arkansas Matt, you're going to get some. And here's the thing: whenever I'm doing stuff like I'm doing right now, it takes away from my time to do tuning content, and I don't like that. Now, granted, during the wintertime, I really don't want to get out and do tunes and stuff like that. Marcus, you're more than willing to send it over. I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to find the time to look at anytime soon. The alternative to that is the Patreon. That's what it's set up for. Those guys are first come, first served. They're always going to be the ones that I respond to first. It's what, $25 a month, and then you get email access. So. Well, and that's the thing, David, like, I'm not even big on driving anymore. Like, I just cruise whenever I drive. I don't know. I'm boring in that way. So, ran into an issue today that was very interesting that I thought I would share with you guys. I'll probably do a video on it, but corrupted tune files. Been chasing an issue. Yep, $25. Get you a month of access. Email me any questions, tunes, logs that you want, man. It's set up specifically to help people out that are either having specific issues that they're trying to get fixed, or people are just trying to learn how to tune, and need some guidance. So I don't push it that hard. So it's kind of a hidden secret down in the description. Killing me. Dude, P&W, I'm the same way. I mean, that was the way, I kind of got the Chevelle to where I was happy with it, and then I got rid of it. Now, I'll be honest with you, I also found out that I just don't like A bodies. I like F and X bodies a lot more. And so if I'm going to dedicate my time to do something and enjoy it, I'm going to do it on something that I want to do it on. And that's what caused me to get a Camaro, you know? Oh, yeah, so corrupt tune files. If you're having an issue and say tune 5, it didn't have this issue and it developed it on tune 7 or 8, go back to 5 and restart the process over. Mike, I do not do Holley tunes. I would reach out to Joe Simpson for those. Joe's the guy I send everybody for Holley tunes. Hey, Mitch. Yeah. Yeah, and so it'll have you chasing your tail, especially on later generations. And, you know, if you're emailing files or you're storing the files on the cloud, 2 things which I do, you have a higher chance. You've got to realize at the base of these tune files is just a tons of 1s and 0s. And if just one of those 1s and 0s gets out of whack, it may not show up on a compare. You may not be able to tell, but whenever you load in, it may just cause all kinds of fits. Yeah. Yeah. You know, it's just, I've already have more than enough work on HP Tuners side of the world that I just don't need to get into the Holley side of it. There's probably a decent chance as the core rolls out and gets more adoption and I get to spend more time of it, I will add it to my list of things that I will tune. Oh, man. I'd love to have a 62 Nova. You know, ICT car guy, I said that forever, then I bought a lift and I haven't used it once. I've had it for a year now. I'm using it to store stuff on. I should have got a 2-post. I would have used a 2-post a lot more. What up, Boosley? Would have used a 2-post a bunch more. My buddy Corey, my co-pilot for Rocky Mountain Race Week down in Oklahoma, got all of his lifts installed and sent me his pictures, and I'm like, oh, I hate you. Well, I got 4-posts, and so I thought, oh man, I'm going to get this 4-post in here. I'm going to do this. I take that back. I did use it for doing brakes on the Chevelle whenever I installed the Willwoods and suspension. So I have used it. And it has been nice. And I like the 4-post because I can put it down on the casters and scoot it over and kind of position it where I need it. It's you know. But you also got to remember, whenever I bought it, I had just finished installing 16 transmissions into the Typhoon, and I was so tired of installing transmissions on my back. Well, I'm getting ready to install a transmission on my back again. So, when you see a corrupt file, do you just wipe it clean and start fresh? I've done a full wipe at the bin level and flash complete fresh, known good stock, and then right up there. No, Mike, as I said, I'll just go back to one that things were working right on. Do that as a right entire. That's a big thing. I'm glad you brought that up. Make sure whenever you do that, you do a right entire to basically clean out any of the memory on the ECU. I've got a trolley jack. And that's one of the things you got to have. Did one in the sand. Woo! But yeah, just be aware if you do see something that you cannot explain start happening. Like even let me go back up here. Corey, like you might have a corrupt tune file. So go back a couple tunes and see if it still does it. And if it doesn't, you know, it's more common than you would think. Yeah, and always never save on top of, every time you make an adjustment, save a new file. That is tuning 101. Always, like, you know, I've got every single adjustment for every vehicle I've ever tuned. And after a while, you know, I'll start moving stuff into an archive folder, but I never delete it. Never delete it. Yep. Logs, I'm a little less on saving logs, and I'll tell you a secret about logs. This is probably not a good example. So, actually, it's not bad. Oh, well, this is because it's on the cloud. Let's go over to the whiteboard. Okay, there we go. For some reason, my mic always messes up. This folder right here, under Documents, HP Tuners, VCM Scanner, Logs. Whenever you do a log, it automatically saves it. You don't have to save a log. So, yeah, I've got 1,300 logs in here. These are logs that I have taken with the scanner. So every single one of these logs are a log that I have logged. This is every log from the get-go. So let's go back as far as, well, every log that I've done since I started, I use OneDrive. Every log since 2018, whenever I set up OneDrive, is on here. And so if for some reason you're like, oh man, I forgot to save that log. No, don't worry about it. It's there. So here's the Super Auto. Here's one of the logs from way back in the day on the Super Auto. Look at this timing. The torque tune on this one was so bad. Pressure ratio. See, I wasn't even... Yeah. So, there you go. Learn something new today. And I forget all the time. And I'm like, oh God. Oh yeah. It's saved. Don't need to worry about it. Yeah, I like Sean. Sean is a good guy. Out of all the guys on Street Outlaws, I think Sean's probably the most down-to-earth, pleasant person. Auto name log files with VIN added or something, then just the date. I mean, that's not a bad idea. Log file names would be getting really long, but not a bad idea. I did send a, yes, Tim, the guy who paints his toenails. I did send a request, feature request. It probably will not get added, to give us the ability to combine log files in the scanner. So if you had 3 log files, you could open all 3 log files and populate your histograms with all 3s. Do I know Brady Davis? Wizzy Drive PNW. That's what I'll know him as. Well, you know, Mike, the thing is if you can't figure it out, when in doubt, go back to a stock flash, and that's why we save our stocks, and, you know, start over. When in doubt, that is your absolute, like, I can go back and start over from the get-go. I'm trying to think if I have my original stock flash. I probably don't. From the Super Auto. Yeah, merge the files. It's, you know, theoretically you can do it because you can expect, and probably can in Megalog Viewer, because it's a little more flexible on that stuff, but you can export it as, comma separated CSV file. Well, true, Schmidt, if your laptop dies or run out of battery. But if it dies, that's one of the reasons that I use OneDrive. And yeah, I think in the base version, it gives you quite a bit of storage for free. I mean, these files are small, so it's not a huge thing. Tim, which one took his life? I guess I don't remember that. I probably do. But shame. Best backup battery for your laptop is a Milwaukee top-off with an HP battery connected to the laptop. Laptop ran for 12 hours off of it. Oh, excuse me. Tim said that one of the guys on Street Outlaws took his own life. I don't remember that. But as I said, I have been up to date. I've been wanting to watch the new season of Locals Only, but it's not on Max yet. Felicia, Four-Door Rocket, is on it again. I really like her and her husband. They're good people. Yeah, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, I know a lot of people have passed away. Flip Pretty. Tyler Pretty. So, Kelly Nate, everybody knows, passed away in a crash. Ryan Fellows passed away in a crash. Everybody knows that Lizzie passed away from breast cancer, which was super sad. Really like Lizzie. I'm not a big fan of her dad, but I like Lizzie. And then Tyler Flip Pretty. I don't guess I really remember him. He must have been early seasons. Yeah, I'd have to... First season? Okay, that makes sense then. Gutted regular cab, white Silverado. Man, I don't know him. Drove an El Camino, so he's part of the G body crew. Like I've got maybe 10 people that I hang around with whenever I go on Rocky Mountain Race Week. But at the same time, my Rocky Mountain Race Weeks have been so stressful. Oh, he's one of Chief's guys. Okay, gotcha. Hold on, I gotta answer this question. And it's about time to wrap up anyways. So. Oh, Merc for Hire. Auto meter widebands. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. It's what's more important than anything is the sensor. So, yeah. The sensor, you know, I don't know if Autometer has a 4.9 yet. So it might be a 1.2 or a 4.2, which is, but by this point in time, surely they're up to 4.9s. Oh, Kamar, thanks, brother. Look at Kamar over here giving out 5 gifted memberships. What a champ. Dude, and I'll be honest, I like the fact that Autometer still has an analog. I wish that they would create an analog lambda gauge. What's going on here? Oh, somebody stole my credit card number. Unless it was my wife. Okay, I gotta wrap it up, guys. You guys know the drill. I'll see you next Thursday. Remember, ABT, always be tuning. I gotta go figure out why I'm getting alerts on one of my credit cards. No, you can't repin an NTK for an AFM. They have to, unless it is a Ballinger, it has to support the drivers. And you can't, like, so what drives a 4.2 and what drives a 4.9 and what drives an NTK is all different. Now, I think the Ballinger is the only one that'll let you swap between a 4.9 and an NTK. Don't quote me on that. I don't use Ballinger, so just be aware of that. So, okay, ABT, always be tuning.